Alright, this video here is going to show you how to make a campaign using our campaign system. Basically, we're going to start off by creating our actual campaign. In order to do that, you're going to need an HTML editing program. I use Macromedia Dreamweaver, however, most of us don't have that installed, so you can either use your Windows Mail program or Outlook Express. If you have Vista, it should be Windows Mail. If you have anything earlier than that, it should be Outlook Express. You click on your Windows Mail program, and basically just create a new email. When you create a new email, the first thing that you'll notice, it won't look like this actually. First thing you notice is just a regular email program. So you go, hello, my name is Bob, and I want to sell you some fill in the blank. Alright, so you start your campaign. Say you have a whole bunch of information here about Atlona, stuff like that. Then the next thing you want to do is maybe attach an image or something like that. To attach an image, don't just go image and grab something from your desktop in these folders here. In fact, that will not help you. The idea would be to go and say grab something like this by hitting property on the image you want, and you'll see the actual address, internet address of that image. You can see here is atlona.com/skin/images/atlona_logo.png. PNG is an image. Great. So we take that, we just drop that right here into our folder there, or the open picture setting here. And sometimes that takes a while, so it would just kind of maybe look like it hung for a moment. Don't worry, it didn't hang. The next thing you want to do is put in some sort of signature. For my signature, I just go into my regular email program. In this case, it's Outlook. Hit New right there. Take my signature, hit Control-C to copy. Jump back into my program, and bam, there's my signature. Now, the reason why we're doing it in there is so we can go see it in HTML format. As you start off, you probably won't have these tabs down here at the bottom. If you do, great. If you don't, go to View and click on Source Edit. When you go to Source Edit, you'll see that 3 tabs pop up here in the bottom. You have your Edit, which is the window which you make your campaign into, the Source, which is the place where you actually make your source, and Preview, which is just a way to see what happens when you do different things with your source. One thing that you want to do, and check this every single time, is make sure that your links are working properly. As I said, if you link this thing to your computer, it won't work. And we pulled it offline from the internet. However, sometimes Outlook will try to be smarter than you and just download the picture for you and attach it. So you got to look in there. And as you can see, yes, it did download the picture to file://C drive. So what I'm going to do is just select all of that right there and replace it with the image address that I got from online. Copy. Okay. Oops. Jump back to my actual message here. And then just hit on picture source, hit bam. And you can see there it says http://www.atlona.com. That's what you wanted to start off with. Hit OK there, and as you can see, that image is right there. Now, what we have right here is our campaign. However, we're going to need to do some other little things to make it go into our system. One, we're going to need this campaign in HTML. When we hit source here, you're going to see the whole email we just made put into HTML format, specific for email. I have all the header and the footer information that Microsoft and all these other email programs actually need. Our lead system has to send things out in HTML format in order to maintain formatting and things such as that. So it always has to be there. But before we go ahead and copy that code, I want to do things such as have it so it automatically pulls up the person's name that I'm sending it to when I put it in the lead system. For that, we're going to have to put in a wildcard and their name and the name field. So it would be $NAME for name, $, all lowercase. It's very important you do lowercase. If you do uppercase, it will not work. It'll just say $, uppercase, name, and whatever. All lowercase with the $. Another thing that we can do is we can insert company. Currently, these are the only fields that you can actually use. I will have other fields available for you later on, so you can actually write some pretty verbose script with different specialized fields inside of it. But for now, this should be enough to handle pretty much all your needs. Now, at this point, it's going to say hello name, which that name could be whatever that person's name is. Let's say Ted Kaczynski. At serialcore.com. So now every time I say that, it's going to say hello name at company name. So it'll automatically fill that in for me. So we jump back over here to our source. All we want to do is take all of that. So you just set Control A, Control C. You jump back over to your lead system here. Now, most time you would have it up like this and not have your lead system open, but I've already opened it because it takes forever to open on my computer. And the first thing we're going to want to do is go to the Email Campaigns tab. So somewhere here in the middle between the actual leads and the information about the leads. Hit Email Campaigns, and then you're going to want to go to Create a Campaign. When you go Create Campaign, you're going to select the big window in the middle and just paste all that HTML that you got there earlier into that. Hit Control V, bam, there it all is. All up in there. We're going to want to name this, and since we're going to have this just a test, we're going to put like, camp test for sales. So that way I know exactly what it is. Then you want to give it a subject. Subject is exactly what the recipient of the email will see as their subject line. So you don't want to put anything crazy here. You might want to put, Atlona account manager, or how about news from Atlona, or it's just something like that. And the other option that you see here is the attachment window. For attachments, you can hit this little plus bar, and you'll see that a window pops up that says, hey, which attachments did you want? All attachments have to be on the attachments folder on Russ's computer, which is, I think, Photobox. Seem to have a little difficulty here. Oh, this can be cut, Victor. Of course, it's going to hang. Of course. Okay, we were having a little difficulty there, but you see this window just jumps right up. Hold on. You also see the attachment window here. With attachments, if you decide you want to attach something in your email, you can just hit this little plus sign right here. You couldn't see that plus sign. You also want to see attachments. So you add an attachment, you can actually just hit this little plus sign right here next to the attachment window, and you'll see the attachment window pop up. All attachments must be in the folder attachments on Photobox. So if it's not on Russ's computer on Photobox, it won't work. What I like to do if I'm going to have an attachment is just go hit attach. It should pull up that window. Of course, for some reason it's going to documents. It should automatically pull up the attachment windows, and then you can just drag the things that you want in there, in there. Nonetheless, for some reason it's not working right now, only because I'm trying to record for you guys, so we'll just keep moving on. Hit save right there. Then we're back at our window, our email window. Now, you want to go to the actual campaign. Make sure you don't just let it go, because you can see it was already selected on 8x8 and 4x4 Cedia. Go to automatically to the first campaign you ever done and leave that one selected. Make sure you go select the campaign. Ours particular was camp test for sales. Hit there. You hit the preview button right here if you want to take a look at the actual thing before you send it out. Mine, I have a Chrome set up, so it won't actually let me go to that preview. But in general, if you look here, you can see the HTML that you just put in there. Now, first thing you want to do every single time is make sure you send out a test campaign. So you, in the search window, put in all at Atlona. It should automatically filter down to your list. Anything that is in this top window will receive the email. So, unless they have missing parameters such as an email address. So we're going to click there, all at Atlona. You see that the company is Altona, the name is Buddy, the email is all at Atlona. All ready to go. So another thing we'll want to check is down here. It says name required. We did put in name, and it says company name required because we did put in company. If we didn't have company name, we could go ahead and leave that off. If If we didn't have a name, we could go ahead and leave that off. If we required it to only go to the people that we didn't have a name because we already sent a campaign to the people with names, we could click no name required. If we want to have a receipt come back to guarantee that this message was delivery, you could hit receipt confirmation. That'll make you have, it'll send something back just to show you that your people actually got it. Don't use that feature too often. It's kind of annoying. Pops up a window every time you read an email. The next little section that we have to worry about is the profile. So if I want to send this from Chris at Atlona, I'm great, I'm ready to go. However, if I want to send it to Atlona Marketing, from Atlona Marketing, I click on Atlona Marketing, and it's not ready to go yet. I have to click set as main. If you don't click set as main, it will set it to whoever is bold. So now if I switch to Chris at Atlona, see Chris at Atlona is not bold. But if I just jump right back over to Atlona Marketing, it's still bold. So it's going to send it out through here unless I click set as main. To make your own account, if it's not already there, you might need Greg's help for your password. Just hit add profile and then type in the profile name. For example, if we were doing it for Hawkins, we put, Hawkman here. From email would be Hawkins' email. From name would be Michael Hawkins. From server will always be mail.atlona.com unless it's coming from your Lenexpo electronics email address, then it would be mail.lenexpo-electronics.com. The port will always be 25. Oops. And the login will be your email address. The password, it's Atlona408 exclamation point if it's an Atlona email address. If it's a Lenexpo email address, it's whatever it used to be. I might blur out. For password, you're going to have to talk to Greg and see what that is. Oh, sorry. Hey, Victor, remove everything before where I just said for password. Anything after that is cool. After now, rather, is cool. For password, go ahead and put in your password. If you don't need it, see Greg or somebody in IT, and they can actually provide it for you. So then you would just hit save there, and it'll pull up as one of your options in this sub-menu right there. Now, we hit send out to the campaign to name required, company name required, to this one first. We hit send campaigns. Bam, it's going to say, do you want to send campaign camp test 4 sales to 1 lead? Do you want to continue? And I'll hit, yep, I want to continue. Now, there's certain times when it will give you another message after that. Like, for example, if I sent it out to all these AV contacts, let's just see, get rid of Chris and over there. If I send it to all these Jigsaw CompView contacts, right, or not say ASMC. If I send it to the ASMC contacts, but I'll notice that certain ones of them are missing information, like, for example, their names. Only very, very few amount of them have their names, but I have name required here. If I hit send campaign, first it's going to say, you're about to send this email campaign to 161 leads. You want to continue? And I'll hit yes. Then it'll say, but 133 of these are missing required parameters. Now, that's your second chance. If you hit yes now, it's going out. Well, after Russ sends it out. It's going out. So, make sure you know by this second window. Alright, but once again, always send the test campaign to all@atlona.com first. You hit end, you open up your chat window, you tell Russ to go ahead and send out the campaigns because he has to do it from his system, the main system as well. So he'll hit send, then you'll start getting your test. Check your test, make sure everything's right, do any spell checking or editing. If you do need to edit a campaign, just select it in this window here, then hit edit campaign, find out what you need to edit, and go back and hit save. Once again, folks, make sure you send out a test campaign. Alright, other than that, there's the little worry of putting things online. Now, you can attach things this way. However, the idea, if you want pictures and stuff like that online, it's better to just put them online, or if you have attachments, put them online and link them to your actual account. I'm going to send everybody the login information, which is for the FTP site, not put it in this video, but basically when you do go to your FTP, you can either type it in here, ftp://www.atlona.com, and the first thing that will pop up should be your login information. Your login is going to be different than mine, and it'll take you exactly to one folder. But when I go and log in, it immediately pulls up, as you can see, this FTP page with the root of Atlona. You're not going to want to be in the root of Atlona. Don't worry about that. To do this easier, I just go to View and go Open FTP Site and Explorer window. This should open up a folder. When the folder opens up fully, you'll notice that it's just like any other Windows folder, except for all the information on this folder is stored online. Alright, so every time you log in, it's going to start off in sales. Sorry, sales with a capital S. Inside the sales, you're going to see different things. Alex B will have his own folder, Mike G will have his own folder, Jim will have his own folder, Kevin B will have his own folder, Michael H will have his own folder, and as of now, Apollo will have his own folder. And then there'll be group folder, where you can put in different things like the Atlona logo will always be in group folder and stuff like that. Anything that you always need to use in your FTP things. Anything that you want to put in there, you just click in your name and just drag it up in there. So Alex is going to have Dead Ninja up in his. If you want to know the FTP, the HTML after you upload something on the site so you can use it in your campaign, just select the whole name of the file you're using, so not just Ninja Dead, but ninja-dead.jpg. Copy that, and then put it after the file that you're in. Then go back to the beginning and change the F into HT. Now if you copy all that, Control A, Control C, and then go to a window, like such as this one, to test it out, you'll see, well, voila, there's the picture that we just uploaded. So that'll give you the ability to upload and use any of these things where you want them. So now if I wanted this in our campaign, I can just go copy, go back to the campaign that we are creating with new message, and say I wanted to make this one that one. I go properties and just put it over there. Now it's going to take this loading it, so I'd have to, oops, or maybe I did something wrong. Let me just check it out. HTTP songs, so it's going to take this thing to actually load it to make sure that this can show. It's not currently connected, but we already did what we needed to test the actual the picture with the website. We already went and dropped it right there, and there it exists. So we know it's a real public picture that anybody can actually view. So beyond that, if you want to put anything else up the line, go ahead and feel free. If you want to put in like PDFs or data sheets or whatever you want to be able to send anybody, you can put it up here and just put the link in your actual campaign. Alright guys, that's it. That's all I have to say. If you have any very, very specific questions, please feel free to ask me or email me with those questions. Thanks a bunch guys. See you later.